as an activities area, somewhere cool over the summer. So you'll see the benches are all heritage listed. They also used to, play cricket down here apparently because, well, there's a cricket ball stuck in the roof. Oh, no. There it is. Sorry, yeah. Can we see? So yeah, this is a really common events area. Today still we do use it. It's used for Shakespeare and opera a couple of times a year generally. And weddings can be held down here. We've had the Olympic torch came through here when we had the Olympics here in 2000, I think it was. And for special events like that, one of the guides actually has to come down and we put little candles in all the little pockets on all the sides.
Oh, nice.
Whoever gets that job apparently hates it. I haven't had to do
I'm
it.
sure they do, but it would look pretty.
The little pictures always look amazing. So yeah, this area was used and still is used for lots of big range of activities. We'll keep moving through. This is a pretty relaxed tour compared to the other ones. I'm not going to overload you with information and we'll just move through at your leisure. As long as we're out on time, I don't get in trouble.
Yeah, all good.
That's new. Or I haven't noticed it. Oh no, there used to be a plug thing in there. I know why that's there. Then one thing on me. So after a while, the local people decided this area was actually getting too trashed. As you can see, there's not a lot of formation left in this main chamber, and we're pretty sure that's because people were climbing all over it and broke it off and wore down and stuff after time. So they actually appointed a caretaker. Now, he was the one that put in the walls, or the community helped put in the walls there, and you could still use this front chamber for whatever you want, but past here you had to do tours. They also put in gardens, so this would have been a really nice garden, and there's another one further back. So from here on, you had to do a tour.
Yeah.
Keep coming. Again, as before, if you've got questions, yell out. You'll notice something a bit different about this chamber. It's pink. We're not completely sure why, to be honest. No one's had a chance to study it. The more likely reasons are a mineral coming through, or a bit of a fungi or an algae of some sort growing on it. It'd be really interesting to take a sample and send it to a lab and see, but no one's had the time or money to investigate that at this time. Another lady did try and tell us that the cave was sunburned.
Yep.
We love hearing everyone's theories, because all that we have here is a lot of theory. I mean, some of it, the geological stuff we can do is almost certain, but all we can tell you are ideas and hypotheses and things like that. Now, a lot of people assume this cave isn't growing, that it's completely dry. But you'll actually find in many spots there is still water. I'm going to make a liar out of me now, but it's actually on here today. Normally there's little droplets hanging off. I don't know, here's one up here.
Yeah.
Little droplets hanging off it, so it is all still growing. It's just a different sort of growth and formation to what we've got in other places. So. yeah, just different sort of formation. You'll find in the other caves that more coppery crystally formation, and there's one piece of this bit up here that I'll show you, but yeah, we haven't got the rest of it through here. Pretty sure this one's just an example dig. We're pretty sure all the bones here have actually been placed there, and it's not a natural dig. So we just tend to talk about a guy called, I think his name is Tennyson. He was the first educated man in this area. He was a priest, and he was the first one to write scientific observations of what he found in the area and the bones that he was finding. We also use it as a little bit of a chance to talk about Mary MacKillop, Australia's saint. She was from this area, and he was the one who encouraged her to become a teacher, and together they set up the schools. So it's a big part of the history here. Could have been another piece of garden. At the time it was probably rather spectacular. It's just gotten out of hand. Unfortunately, it'd be really nice to see it kept in shape, and they are trying to get it back into shape.
It's just more time, really, isn't it?
Time and money and manpower.
Yeah, all of that.
So we have a Friends of the Cave group. They try and keep it under a little bit of control, but no one's had the resources to do it all up again. And you'll notice a drop in temperature as we walk into this next part.
Oh, wow, yeah. Lucky you've got your jacket on. I don't know that you need it still, but anyway.
Anyone want to tell me what's slightly out of place behind us here?
Plastic.
Or the plastic, yes.
Rocks?
The big.
So electrical wires or something on the top.
At the top, yeah, it would have been. You're all looking too close, far away. Look closer down towards us.
Oh.
Awesome.
Oh, that's a possum? I thought it was just a bit of dirt.
Well, it was a possum. How long do you reckon he's been dead?
A while.
2 years.
Well, there's a guy that's been here nearly 10 years, I think, as a guide. And when he started, he was told it had been here for at least 30 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Roughly 50 years ago that died. And it's just in the position that it hasn't completely decayed, and it's going to fossilise eventually. It'll be, if it doesn't get touched, doesn't get moved, it'll be like the rest of what we find. If it had been, a little bit further up the hill there or a little bit further this way, we would have had the same effect. The temperature's cold enough in here that he's preserved. He's not getting wet. There's nothing eating him. So it's really quite awesome that we have this here, because it's a really good example of how it all happens, how it all works. Particularly if he had been a little bit further that way, about 2 years ago, it would have gotten washed out. Naracoorte area had its annual rainfall in about 2 hours.
Oh, right.
So that's actually what happened to this dig here. It got completely washed out. They'd only just started doing it, and in the end they just couldn't salvage it, so they moved further down into the cave. So the formations in this cave are quite different to what we have in our other caves.
deep, isn't it?
I'm just trying to remember what the dates I was given for it are. So the oldest layer, 50,000 at the top to 500,000 years old.
Yeah.
There's been a Tassie tiger and a Thylacoleo found in 2011 at the very bottom, well, partway down, dating between 47 and 50,000 years old. You'll notice in the upper layers the white dots, the white bits inside here. Anyone want to have a guess what they are?
It's a bone.
Coral.
Oh,
Bat guano, fossilised bat poo.
Mm.
So
There you go.
we can tell that the bats started living in here about here, and we can see it as far down as this layer, but we didn't see anything below here in terms of the guano. So we know that the bats started inhabiting this cave around that time. We can also see the different layers. You can see the different coloured layers in the soils. They reflect the environment at the time. The darker layers being the moister, more vegetated environments, the lighter layers being the drier. The holes in the side are how some of the dating was done with the OSL, so optically stimulated luminescence dating. I think that's about all I have to say about this one. I've worked on some of the material out of this side, of this corner, on jaws from mammals dating back several thousand years old. And that's what all the bags over the side here are, fossil and dirt material that hasn't been sifted through yet.